Scoring in a largely cancel-based system relies on there being a lot of bullets on the screen, and if the bullets are moving quicker, then they exit the screen more quickly. We actually see the route in some ways designed around that. The route for overflow is designed to keep rank as low as possible, in part for as long as possible, in part because that allows more bullets to stay on the screen for longer, allowing for bigger cancels. But what we find out in Very Hard is that there are so many more bullets in some sections of the game that it doesn't matter. So I'm hoping that we get a run going that makes it to stage three, and we can really start seeing some of the insanity come to life. Kiwi SPG, this is direct PCB capture, and this is played on the original PCB, not the Xbox 360 or Exa Arcadia releases. So this is the original CD1000 hardware. You'll notice stage one so far feels broadly similar, but like, man, look at how much faster some of these patterns are coming out. This pattern, interestingly, it looks a little easier in some ways because there's much bigger gaps, but man, it moves so fast, and you have to react very quickly. Okay, so taking a hit here, probably not a huge deal, but it might pose some challenges for survival against the stage two mid boss. Honestly, not sure what the route is, so I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants here. I've seen a glimpse of this run a couple times, but not in detail. All right, so here it looks like Kayar is going to go for the extra hypers gained by blowing off the side pods. You can see, compared to the previous runs where he was only damaging the center, here he's starting out with point blanking and damage on those side pods. Probably going to try to kill them while they're spinning around the mid boss to get two free hypers. Again, shout out to Lyojo, um, which itself I think is actually a shout out to like Dodonpachi, which had a similar trick. So yeah, stage one boss, just the bullets fly so much faster. Very nicely done. So with a hyper level 5 here, I wonder if we're going to see hypers instead of bombs used for a stage 2 mid boss quick kill. Uh, it's kind of a survival route strategy, a little bit more commonly. Like my survival route for expert actually uses a level 6 hyper against the stage 2 mid boss to quick kill it. So I wonder if we'll see something similar here. Again, comparing this to how he was playing on the previous runs, here now he's actively trying to pick up as much star energy as possible, using the laser to suck it all in. Oh wow, nice! So right there, he killed that enemy right as the chain meter was full. And there's that little golden horizontal bar at the very top of it. He killed it right as that was full, which generates additional large stars, which gives a lot of extra hyper meter. Against some specific large enemies in the run, like that really big tank there, that can be worth a huge amount of points. So coming into this with looked like a level 6.95 hyper, doing a lot of damage at distance, picking up that B to get a cancel, and then maybe delaying a little bit to get a bit more of a cancel against those rings. So for the rest of the stage, we're probably going to see oh, missing the B there. Interesting. Not sure if that's routed or what. God, there's just so many bullets on the screen. Some of these Akko just fire so much more. It's very hard. It's really quite silly. Ugh. All right, so keeping that big tank on the very edge of the screen prevents it from firing one of its more dangerous weapons. Shoots out these big radial waves that can lock up the screen, make it difficult to move. All right, stage 2 boss, Byakko, very hard. Complete crap fight. This boss is just, yeah. Oh man, it gets so much tighter even in that pattern. So this pattern is kind of a famous wall. for a lot of survival players. Okay, hyperactivation here. Nice. Yeah, and in very hard, it's just like it's just silly. Like how are you dodging this, man? It's crazy. Oh, it's awesome. All right, there we go. Very, very nice. Oh, this is awesome. So still on no miss. At this point, I don't think that this is set up for a scoring route in stage three, but we'll see what happens. So this is just past the 800 million threshold, which is the first score extend. Second score extend is at 1.8 billion. Um, and other than that, the only other extent is the fixed extent in stage four. So yeah, so far not going for a scoring setup here, but check out how much more dense some of these patterns are. So many more bullets from some of these Zako waves. Really active movement and aggressively targeting down enemies as soon as possible. Okay, activating Hyper here, I believe this timing will actually allow for a recharge against the next set of buildings. Now, this is a totally different route than what we saw with the non-very hard scoring route. But I think there is a recharge right here. Yeah, there you go. Nice little recharge. Okay. All right. God. Ah. Oh man, there's just so much more like very aggressive micro dodging going on. It's really fun to watch. Okay, so here now. Okay, looks like a manual bomb to point blank against the mid boss. Try to take out. There's four big turrets on the back of this mid boss that make it much more difficult to survive. And looks like Kyro's trying to take those out very intentionally with that manual bomb. So there's another bomb coming up shortly after the mid boss. So using a bomb during this fight is actually a pretty reasonable strategy as long as you're confident you can make it to the carrier that's coming up in a few moments. So this is where it's a little spooky. Looks like he took out, yeah, okay, very aggressively taking out those two back turrets. Again, unlike the previous route, the non-very hard route, where we saw him trying to score off of those back turrets. Here, taking them out early is much safer, prevents them from clogging up the screen. Ooh, okay, just had that last little burst from the mid boss there. Kind of spooky. Okay, nicely done though. So the timing here is consistent with another recharge, but not going to go for the same crazy setup for it. Just going to delay it here and go for it now, I bet. Yeah, look at that. So even without the crazy setup, all the way up to max from that, right? So many more bullets in very hard that he doesn't have to do the crazy, like, go up to the side, misdirect, come back down, sit inside the turret fire for a prolonged period of time. It's just the timing and the Zako alone will flood the screen that much. Ooh, 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 God. Oh, okay, that was not comfortable. Nicely done. All right, and now the final stretch of the stage. I imagine the level 10 hyper is probably going to be used for survival against Genbu, but I'm not sure. So, if I remember correctly, Kyle has cleared very hard with all three ship types in Expert, which is quite insane. Particularly the Type A ship in very hard. I remember he was saying that that was a very, very difficult run. So I think the basic premise of this fight is going to remain largely the same, but the precision and timing requirements are going to be bumped up a bit because of the very hard setting. So we can see here again that aggressive point blanking and sitting in that little space between the two thrusters on the side, and looking at how fast the boss's health is going down because of all that point blanking in that little extra damage spot. And the little, like, hexagon canisters here, the rings that they spawn when they're destroyed are a lot scarier and very hard. Oh, this pattern is just not okay here. Why is it so fast? Alright, there you go, yeah. Get rid of it. Go away. Nobody wants to deal with that. Using that level 10 hyper, just get it right out of there. So I have um, no idea what stage 4 is gonna look like, but it's probably pretty wild. Um, Give me one second here. Oh my gosh, what is okay. Okay, yeah, thank you for hypering there. That was that was so scary. Oh, man. Oh, and that's a cool, I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it was certainly very nice. The nice cancel there from building up the additional hyper. Yeah, wow. Stage 4, I mean, stage 4 has always been a stage with a lot of, like, very aggressive misdirection and, like, some kinda scary enemies and rough cutback moments, and those features really seem to be magnified here, in very hard. I don't even wanna think about this mid-boss. Oh! Oh my god! Oh. Okay, a no hyper as well. Okay, okay, there you go. Thank you. So, oh no! Okay, okay, that's a bummer. So that's no fixed extent. Yeah, rip one up. Unfortunate. So to get the one up there, you have to no bomb the mid boss. And unfortunately, he actually made it through the most difficult patterns of the mid boss and just got clipped by a bullet um, right after the hyper iframes wore out. Really unfortunate. Again, I'm not super familiar with his route on very hard, so I don't know what that means in terms of survival or scoring potential. Oh man, it's just so much tighter. There's so many more bullets. So probably see a similar overall strategy here. Oh, interesting. The big tank there is much wider with the spacing on its kind of span. Okay. Hyper there. Not sure if that was planned, but it definitely worked nicely. Good timing to get some extra iframes and damage. Um. Ooh. Wow. Yeah. The extra width on some of the attacks from these big tanks is really disorienting. Okay. Using the hyper to sweep up quickly and take out some of the tanks. So in true Dodonpachi fashion, a lot of the tanks inside IOJ aim with sort of like a latching algorithm. Like they don't aim directly at you; they aim at like approximately where you are, constrained to 1/16th or 1/60th or whatever divisions of a circle. And the result of that is that it often feels like they're either shooting behind you or shooting ahead of you, and not where you are. And that can be very disorienting and cause them to be a significant threat, especially when coupled with other enemies that are shooting directly at you. Amazing dodging on this opening. Wow. Holy crap. Oh, yeah, that didn't look fair. Like, I actually don't know if that's even dodgeable looking at that pattern right now. That's crazy. Okay. Uh, wow. Yeah. So I'm curious to see how the tanks in Stage 5 fare, because they can be extremely dangerous. And when they fire even more bullets, that sounds kind of spooky. All right. How's this going to work? Please use a hyper, please. You madman. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow. Oh boy. And still going for the hyper milk on the stage 4 boss. So this is very interesting. I don't know what this means. This could be a survival decision, because having more hyper energy means the potential to quick kill the mid bosses faster.
目標完全に注目しました。これより新たなミッションへ移行します。戦闘報告です。
Now, the other side of that coin is maybe there's crazy scoring tech that's also going to happen here. We're all just going to have our mines blown. But I can really see value either way on that. The first mid boss in stage 5. Oh my god. Yeah, these tanks are not fun. Wow. The first mid boss in stage 5 is incredibly difficult. Oh no. Okay, there you go. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So this first mid boss coming up is really, really, really scary. And I think going for a quick kill there would probably be a good call. So yeah, same overall strategy, but man, the precision requirements have gone up a notch. Oh, this is brutal. Oh, oh, nice. It's just a solid wall of bullets for these tanks. Okay. Hyperactivation here is going to be a hyper cancel in a moment, against the mid boss here, and some extra point blank damage at the very start. So I wonder if this is timed. Oh, it didn't cancel. Oh crap! Come on. Oh, oh, so close. That pattern is just complete BS. Um, oh man. Okay. Ah, no. Oh wow. Well played. This game on very hard is insane. That was fantastic. Thank you so much, Kayar.
補助システム起動できません。作戦失敗です。
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, stage 5, right? Even on regular settings, is just an absolute nightmare of a stage. Requires incredible precision to pull off. But on very hard, it just gets magnified so dramatically. No margin for error at all. Very, very well played. GG's, Kayar. Thank you, as always, for letting me be on the mic for this. Really, really appreciate the opportunity to cover your runs. Um, yeah, incredible stuff. Kusoge? No, Kamige. All right. And coming up next, you still have me on the mic. Can't get away from me just yet. It's going to be Maz playing Ikaruga.